Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Competitive Guide video. So today we're covering Zygarde 10% or commonly known as Zydog. This thing is pretty awesome. I really want to use it in Draft League, but I haven't had a chance to yet. Yeah, this thing, base 100 attack, base 115 speed, hits hard and is fast. That's a really good trait. Has 20 more speed than 50% Zygarde, but it does not have the bulk that 50% Zygarde has, unfortunately. It has base 54 in its HP, base 71 in defense, and base 85 in its special defense. I mean, it probably can live one hit, maybe. Not really ice-type hits, because obviously they're 4 times effective, but it could probably live one neutral hit, or maybe 2 neutral hits. That's definitely an option for you to run there as well, to allow you to get your Dragon Dance set up, if you're going for that set. Now, before we get started today, if you scroll down, click the like button, also subscribe if you haven't done so already. I would really appreciate it. Now, today's abilities, I'm covering Aura Break only. You can use Power Construct, but I'm going to cover the Zygarde complete form in tomorrow's video, so in another separate video. So that's why I've gone for the Aura Break in this one and the 50% Zygarde video as well. So, 3 sets. The first set I've got is a Dragon Dance set, and this is a Life Orb item as well. Life Orb just does the output a little bit more. Base 100 attack, whilst it's really good, is also not the most amazing, and a lot of Pokemon aren't going to necessarily go down at just a +1, so that Life Orb can really do that little bit of extra damage that really can help you out with taking out Pokemon, especially if they're already kind of chipped down. But that being said, you could always go for like Leftovers or the Ice Reducing Berry, or even something like a Focus Sash could definitely be an option. Lots and lots of different options that you could definitely run there. Now you've got Thousand Waves and Thousand Arrows. These are 2 moves that Zydog will learn. Thousand Waves, it'll hit adjacent foes and it prevents anything that it hits from switching. And that can allow you to set up a Dragon Dance in some scenarios if it can't hit you at all. If it's like a Pokemon that just doesn't have an attacking move, for example, you got that stuck in, you can prevent them from switching and just set up Dragon Dances on it, hopefully, as one idea. If not, you can still just get them caught in and not let them switch, or you can use 1,000 Arrows, which will hit flying types for neutral and ground them. So it grounds any Pokemon that is not on the ground, which could work really nicely in combination with something like Earthquake, or if you've got like a lot of ground type users on your team, or if you need the opponent to be grounded. I think there is one of the Isle of Armor moves that requires the opponent to be grounded. I think it might be Rising Voltage, or not 100% sure, but I know there's one of them that requires the opponent to be grounded as well as you to be grounded for it to work properly. So 1,000 Arrows is also an option. You can run either of those. You can even run Earthquake if you wanted to. Earthquake's a bit more powerful, so we'll just do that a little bit more damage, and again it's boosted by Stab. Breaking Swipe as your strong Dragon type attack, boosted by Stab. Now you could either go for Breaking Swipe or Outrage. There's not really an in-between. Unfortunately, it doesn't learn anything like Dragon Claw, which is kind of problematic, because Breaking Swipe is only base 60 power, which means it's base 90 after Stab. It's not that good, and then Outrage locks you into the move for 2 to 3 turns, so if there's a Fairy type around, that just causes a lot of issues for you in general. And then Extreme Speed as just a really good, powerful normal type move, and gives you that priority in case someone's going for like well, not necessarily Fake Out will be priority over you, but if they go for like Aqua Jets, for example, or Ice Shards, Extreme Speed just to get that damage off if you can. Now, you don't have to go for a Dragon type move on this. You can obviously go without one of your stabs. You could go for like Brick Break if you wanted to, or Crunch for a coverage move. That could definitely work for you there. EV's gone for max attack and max speed with an adamant nature, so more attack, less special attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. Now, when you're +1 in your speed, you are typically going to outspeed the vast majority of Pokemon, except for like Scarf Pokemon that are like base 100 plus, which normally then they don't run the plus speed nature anyways, so you don't really have too much to worry about at +1. So that's why I'd recommend possibly going for the Adamant over the Jolly Nature, but you could always run the Jolly Nature just in case you don't get your Dragon Dance set up, so you can just be as fast as you can and hit as hard as you can without having to set up that without having set up that Dragon Dance as a possibility. Moving on to the second Zygarde, I have gone for a Choice Band version. You could always go for Choice Scarf, but I feel like Choice Scarf would be a little bit redundant because you do outspeed the vast majority of Pokemon, and having that Choice Band means your attack is just going to hit that little bit harder. And move-wise, I have gone for Earthquake, powerful ground type attack boosted by Stab, Iron Tail, which if you want to use this as a Dynamax version set, you could definitely use that as a Max Steel Spike to increase up your defense, but if not, it hits things like Fairy type Pokemon. You've got Stone Edge, powerful rock type attack. Again, it'll hit Ice type Pokemon for super effective damage, which obviously are a pain in your backside because they're ×4 against you, and it just hits things like, I don't know, Fire types like Moltres, which can be quite annoying to deal with in some respects. And then I put Outrage on here. Now, you don't have to go Outrage by any means. I just thought I'd show off Outrage and Breaking Swipe as the options for your Stab, Dragon type attack. Obviously, as your Choice Banded, getting locked in automatically doesn't really matter as much. But as I said, if there's a Fairy type, that just comes in on your Outrage, and you're just going to take a hit and probably go down because your defenses probably won't allow you to live that. But yeah, you can go for a coverage move again. You go for like Brick Break, and if you're too late for Brick Break, I'd recommend turning it into a Dynamax set, because that Brick Break or Superpower would allow you to get that Max Knuckle to increase up your attack stat, and possibly have obviously that Choice Band boost when you're back to normal as well. Eevee's got max attack and max speed with a jolly nature, so more speed, less special attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. So as fast as possible. I think in this case it is as fast as possible, rather than as much attack as possible, because you've got that Choice Band just allowing you to do that little bit more damage on top of things. And finally, going for a Dynamax set. So on here, this is specifically designed for Dynamax. It's very similar to, in fact, I think it's the exact same as the Zygarde 50% set I did, with just the difference being it's got a red card instead of like a Life Orb. So Life Orb is an option. You could do that and have, obviously, your 10% damage each turn when you're using an attacking move, but you do get that when you're Dynamaxed. But I like using red card because it forces the opponent to switch out. If they've just hit you quite hard with a strong attacking move, they switch out into something random. Hopefully that works in your favour, so they might have to then switch again, for example, because they might not be able to live like when you're at +1 in your attack stat, for example. But move-wise, we've got Superpower, which turns to Max Knuckle, increasing your attack stat by 1 stage. Iron Tail, which turns to Max Steel Spike, increasing your defense by 1 stage. Thousand Waves, which turns to Max Quake, increasing up your special defense by 1 stage. And I've already spoken about it, grounding flying types, which can be really awesome. And then Pain Split to allow you to heal yourself up in different scenarios to get your health back, because you are going to probably lose a lot of health whilst you are Dynamaxed. Obviously, if there is a Pokemon on the opponent's team that's got like 2 HP, just be cautious of that, because the Pain Split will cause you to then lose health, which you obviously do not want to do. EV-wise, gone for max attack and max speed with a jolly nature, so more speed, less special attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. You could always run this with some bulk investment as well if you wanted to. That would allow you just to potentially live a couple more hits, maybe. But that's kind of the idea here. Hopefully it would hit really hard on different things. If you could put the Life Orb on it to just hit harder on each turn, so you're just using the Dynamax to really hit hard as opposed to being able to set up, or you could use it as a combination of both. So that could definitely work for Zygarde. Anyways, that is all for today, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so it was a good one, and I will see you soon.